Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, you guys. It's Sunday and it's time to look at our weekly situation before the candle closes. Today at 6 p.m. Central Time, you'll have the CME open for the US markets. And at 8 p.m. Central Time, you will have our weekly candle close and a new one open. As of right now, on a weekly level, we are still in our relief rally mode. If this week closes like this, as long as we close above $21,025, I'm looking for next week to continue a little bit higher. So we have the possibility for next week retesting this $22,400 area and even coming a little bit higher above that. Okay, so that is what we are waiting to see on the weekly, where this is closing. Obviously, we're not going to say, oh, in about 12 hours, this weekly candle is completely going to go negative. Anything is possible. But if this candle does start going to the downside until 20,800, we have wiggle room, and under 20,800 is your first warning sign. And then under 20,500, I would be like, okay, time to let this long go and then wait to see where we're trying to go. How low on this wick does it want to recover? If it goes all the way to the bottom of the wick and then starts trying to go under it, well, we have this last layer of support right here at 17,592, and I am waiting for that area to actually get tapped again. It doesn't look like we're going there yet. It looks like we're going to go into the 200 and then maybe roll over. So the weekly is on rebalance mode, and let me turn on the indicators. And there you go. Now you have all this stuff. Let me remove a few things that we don't need anymore, such as that. Here's our fib times. This is when I'm looking for the market to actually start going up. And this was my area I was looking for. I don't know if we're gonna get it or not, but I'm just gonna leave that there still. What else? Well, this is a daily, so now we can go to a week. This is a weekly. We can go to the daily. Now the daily, we can see a little bit better what's going on. What we are looking for now is if we can get our closes above this 22,400, this previous week high, well then I'll be looking for us to find some resistance at this 55 EMA, which will probably come into this $23,500 area, $23,500 area. Once we can claim above here, I will look for 24,500 because that is the actual target of this consolidating range. And then if we can get above there, I'll be looking for this 100 EMA at this fib right here, which is around 28,000. So we have a lot of upside right now if the upside is going to start off. The one thing now on the negative side, the volume is subsiding. This is Saturday. This is today, Sunday. When Monday opens, it could be one of these. Okay, a large selling candle. I don't like when markets go up on the weekend like this, because what was the reason? So I can conclude that I guess the trip Biden had with Saudi Arabia was a decent one, because he's saying that the US is not going to abandon Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is going to increase their oil output to help with the oil shortages around the world, etc., etc., etc. Sounds like he got MBS to continue investing in America, and that relationship isn't going to sour. So I guess the market's got a little bit of relief because of that. I don't know the long-term consequences of all that. Next week or two, I'm mainly focusing on interest rates, and I do think we're going to be getting like 1% at least. It's going to be above that 0.75%. And then if that does happen, I'm expecting this market to obviously roll down, because Dixie will shoot up and all other assets will go down. So let's see how that plays out. And then also, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders to me. I said that yesterday. So we need to basically get above 21,950 Otherwise, we're gonna look at resistance to the, and then we're basically bumping into resistance, and we're gonna start seeing market start taking us to the downside. 21,577. If we don't even have 15-minute closes above there, I'm not looking at the higher targets. I'll be considering us retracing to the 21, which is around $21,025. So that's the main level that we need to stay above, and any closes underneath that, we can be looking for much lower, much faster. It'll just gun down probably right to this 19,500 and then break it all the way down. And if this wants to go up, well, we can go all the way to 23,800, 23,680, and then we roll over to the 21, and then we can consolidate between the 21 and 55 and then break out whichever direction we want. But this should be an actual target. Okay, let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, here you go. We have a little bit more negative stuff to talk about. The 4 hours bumping into the 200. Okay, now unless we can get above this 200, we obviously are not going to be testing this 22,400. Okay, so right now between 21.6 and this 21.8, which I was like crying for yesterday all day, I'm still waiting for 21,800. I want to see the price tap into this and then reject if we're going to reject. And then I'll see the 21 actually curl around and lose over this 155. Like, all these crosses won't happen. If we continue going sideways here, these EMAs will start pointing up. And this 200 is not going to do anything other than act like butter. And we're just going to poke right through it and just start accelerating its rise, probably towards 25K as quickly as it can. Something like that, if that occurs before CME opens, I will definitely hedge myself short. Okay, if that happens after CME opens and New York Stock Exchange opens and the whole markets wants to rally to next week together because of earnings looking good, or just like positive outlook, because we've gotten beaten down for so many weeks and now we're going sideways, so now we can look for a little bit upside for another retrace to the downside. So if this wants to keep pushing up, it can push up, so just be very cautious and aware of it. We have our levels that we're watching, but right now the 200 is the main man in our way, and if we can't claim it, then look for support around 20,500, and losing 20,500, we're going to be looking for much lower. So make sure you have your targets ready. I mean, any closes under 19,000 with any candle, like 15-minute open and closes under 19,000, I would be very cautious for this to continue down. Okay, this is also a great area to take along, but I'd be very cautious for the downside. Another thing I will point out, let me actually check the daily. Yeah, so this just needs to be lowered like an inch. Something like right like that. And our weekly, so these levels are important to me. This is, I expect this being the last line in the sand before the next move occurs. So all right guys, that's what we're looking at. As you can see, those thick fib lines are the main ones to watch out for. So see, we got our bounce perfectly off this. Now I was waiting for this area here. If this comes, great. If not, okay, then this bounce is in effect, but I need to see it break above the 200 on a weekly, or hit over here 20,005 and then roll over again. And then we are looking for this fib time, which is around January 3rd, to be like officially bottom, and then we should be rolling on up. And then I don't know what's going to happen over here, but more than likely retrace or another leg up. We'll find out when this time comes. Okay, I am going to go to a 4-hour again. And yes, so we already pointed out that as soon as we get above this high, we can look for this next target. Okay, until then, as beautiful as this looks for upside move, this 200 will smack the heck out of you and bring you down under the 21, and then you can initiate another leg down. Do not get too gung-ho. I don't know why I don't have that here. Something like this is probable. And look where it's going. At 10,700, and our buy level around 12,500 is what I was looking for. So yeah, I would not be so nonchalant, because this is coming to the bottom of the green channel as well. That's you saying that it's going to break out after this monthly level. Yeah, do not assume that it can't happen. One thing I will say is when I see this happen, like this kind of accumulation before the range is bottom, it is a bullish sign. So I will give it this respect it deserves. If it breaks to the upside for real, it should be going almost that high, which is like right into our 28,000, almost 30K naked point of control over there. So yeah, I mean, that will stop out all the shorts, definitely. All the FOMO will start. Everyone will be trying to long in this area here right before we break out. And then what's going to happen? We're going to roll right back down. Look for support on the 200 and then break up. So this is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. Now let's go to a weekly and let me show you quickly Ethereum, and I will get out of here. Ethereum on a weekly. So Ethereum is a little bit better than Bitcoin. We still have nice volume on the weekly candle to the upside. We need to close above 1425 for next week to look for a definite continuation. If we do get it next week, I'm looking for a move into this $1588, $1,600 area. In our previous videos, I was telling you that when this 21 and this 200 cross, you're going to see price action suck into it, and it's already occurring. I don't know if this cross is going to be a positive one though, because the 21 crossing the 200 is pretty bearish for me. But if the 21 uses the 200 as support and then curves around and goes up, then this will probably be the lowest low of a very, 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 very long time. Like this accumulation here that will occur will be probably a generational low, because this 200 faked everyone out thinking it's bearish, took the 21, took the 200 as support and then curls around and goes up. You're going to see this exact same red candle to the downside. You're going to see that to the upside, like this right here. Here's the 21 getting above the 200, explosion. Then we come back, use it as support above the price. So price action is going to shoot above the 21 and then try to come back down, and the 21 is going to be on the 200. Okay, it's going to be on the 200, and we're going to use it as support. And that's how we know that on a weekly level, we can ride this as high as it can. Until the 21 crosses under the 21, until the weekly candle closes under the 21, it's a bull mode. See that? And then when it tests the 21, now you got a little bit of a dead cat bounce, and then under, and then you test the 55, but then you go right back above the 21 to the next leg or two up, you know? So right now what we're doing is we're doing the opposite of this right here. So we lost the 21, we tested it, now we're doing the 200. Now if we come back to test the 21, it could be a rejection, but if we can shoot price above the 21 and then the 21 uses the 200 as support and then continues up while buyers and FOMO and everyone is just buying it up, well, then it's going to initiate the next like real push up, where now it's not retail. This is retail and smart money, okay? And then this is bots, and then this is retail and FOMO and etc. Get what I'm saying? So right now, like, this could be bottom, but since we're under the 200, I have to use this as a shorting opportunity, and I would hedge a short here when we get there. But when we get here, if this 21 don't cross under it, I would flip that and take a, I would leave my short and I would take a long and then have a stop loss of the short above the 100 EMA. And then the long will be profiting from here anyway. So when you take your short and close it here, and if the EMA of the 21 and the 200 do what I'm saying, but your long is going to be in like 10,000, 20,000% profit at the end of it, if it plays out properly. Because this head and shoulder, what I'm looking for is an inverse head and shoulder. And for that to happen, I mean, as freaking hopeful as everyone is, I would want something like this. I would want something like that. Because of all this money, I want this money like tapped. You know, I don't know how deep, how low, but I want this weekly tapped. I want this monthly tapped. I want all this liquidity grabbed, and we're never gonna look at these levels ever again once we launch out of it, kind of situation. Hopeful thinking, yes, but hey, maybe I can have it my way. All right, so I'm gonna delete all that. That's what I'm looking for. Nobody wants to see this. Everyone's all about upside right now, so I'm just gonna delete that and let everyone continue being hopeful and dreaming. Let's go to a daily. On the daily, what we were looking for was the purple sideways consolidation. Sorry guys, give the computer a second to catch up. Big. So we were looking for this sideways consolidation on the daily, okay? And now we are breaking out of it. Now when we had the breakout, we have this measured move. I'm looking for this to hit around 1450. I think we got it 1425. Okay, so we basically, let's just say close enough is close enough. We hit our 55 target. Naturally, we'll pull back from here. It looks like we had an area to short. It looks like people are actually shorting it, and now we're gonna go to the retrace. Yeah, ideally, we don't want to lose 1275. We want to use that as support to continue to the upside. If we lose 1275, we have this 21 EMA over here at around 1200. That would be the next area that we want to bounce. If we don't bounce here and we cross back into this little blue channel, I would be cautious that we can have this downside move occur. Okay, let me extend this a little bit so I can see it better. No biggie. Okay, so like I said, we broke out of this. Over here, we're breaking out. We're testing here. I'm gonna go to a 4-hour because it's just, my charts are so crowded, and I'm really sorry, guys. Just stuff that needs to be there, though. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. I think some people are trying to short this area here, this 1363, 1344, and I would not disagree with them. If we lose the open, which we are right now, I would be shorting it, probably taking some profit over here, and then probably worst case scenario all the way down here. But where this 21 and this 200 is meeting is an ideal area to this price action to suck into. If this 21 don't cross this 200, your short is going to kick in. So I'm going to get this video out to you guys soon so you guys can see this. But yeah, Ethereum is setting up a short if this 21 don't cross into the 200. Ethereum was leading. Ethereum will probably drag Bitcoin down with it. So keep that all in mind. EME closed Ethereum at 1266. So it is totally okay if Ethereum comes back over to this level over here before CME opens. So be ready for this, guys. If CME might bring us back to the breakout area to test it, and then either it's going to flush us down, but if the market is looking positive, and pre-market right now is about 20 points in the green, so I mean it looks like it's trying to have a good open for CME, a positive open, let's say. If that happens, then this can continue up and finally hit my target, this naked point of control over here at 1475, or it's gonna just use this as the high, come back down, find some support here, and try again later, maybe when New York Stock Exchange opens on Monday at 9:30. So that's what we're looking at right now. I do think people shorted here, so we need to kind of have open and closes above 1375 for this next higher thing. If it's gonna stay under 1365, you can look for a little bit lower. Oh, another thing is it's 7:37 right now my time. We still got 2 hours until 9:30, and that's when you're gonna see the euphoria of this market. So be patient, don't get too bearish. The market can come down, but then at like 9:30, like 10, you can see this thing like just hurt people in whatever direction it wants to until that 4-hour candle closes. After 4 o'clock, after 12 o'clock, the 4-hour candle close, I would just be patient until CME at 6. So you got like 6 hours to just sit and watch price action go sideways, basically. And then at 6:30 Central Time, you'll see the price starting to get volume kicking in, and you'll see some volatility shoot up, and that's when you'll see people trying to jack for position for Monday. So until then, I don't want to use my ammo. I'm just going to be patient, and I'm watching these levels. If the targets come to the areas that I want, great, I'll take action. If not, I'm just going to sit and chill. This week is great. Next week will be great too, but I'm not like convinced that the bottom is completely in. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. I'm not completely convinced the bottom is in. I do like the weekly buy-up. Okay, I do like the weekly buy-up, but I think we're about to find some resistance over here. This is also the middle of the channel too. So around like 1600, I think Ethereum is going to get a little bit of a pullback. That way the 21 EMA can come into here, and then we can see what's going to happen. So we need another week or two for this to play out. So until then, I'm just going to be patient. I'm not getting gun-ho. There's no reason to just like jump into positions. Like, people are euphoric for no reason. Look at what we did. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All we did was chop everyone up in this range. And another thing is all lower highs. Okay, this was a lower high here too, and that was the fake out. And then it took support on the 21 and it broke up. And this was because I was watching RSI on the 4-hour. I knew it had space to go up. And I was like telling everyone yesterday, hey, be careful, this is probably gonna shoot back up, and literally did that. So just be careful. Right now, I think we do look like we're gunning back to this purple area to look if this is gonna be support. If this is support and we do stay above here with 4-hour open and closes consistently, we're probably gonna gun higher, okay? And I'm not in any trade right now. I'm not in a long, I'm not in a short. I'm being patient, but right now I should have been shorting. But you guys are more important, so I'm making the video. All right, guys, be safe, be careful. Market's been playing a lot of shaking out, like as I was pointing out. This is all shakeouts. This is all consolidating, but it's consolidating on the bottom. So this can be considered an accumulation. Now you have markup, which we're gonna get. We're gonna go up to a certain level, and then we're gonna roll over again, and then look for support. Markup can come all the way over here. Around 1533 is where I'm looking at these two negative point of controls. And then after this, I'm looking for higher. But first and foremost, this is juicy for the market maker to tap into here and even a little bit above into this midline. So be careful, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell button for notifications so you guys get these real-time updates. It's real important, so you can take your action accordingly. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the section below and I will get back to you ASAP. If there's other assets you want to cover, leave it in the section below as well. And please don't forget, we have an amazing Discord group with a lot of good traders there that we share ideas constantly throughout the day. It's free and the description is in the video below. And yeah, just be safe. It's Sunday, relax. But at 6:30, get ready. That's when the action is really going to start. Until then, I think that we have to pull back a little because CME is going to have a gap if it opens like where we are. So I think we're going to pull back a little bit and then CME will open and then we'll get our pump up. So don't get too bearish and don't get too bullish. But the Bulls do have the ball in their court right now. And if they drop the ball or the ball gets stolen and the Bears take over, well, the Bears got a lot of liquidity to grab. And how deep do they want to go and grab it? And if you break this line here, around 1,000 on ETH, you're going to get a lot of money. Okay? So market maker coming all the way down here just paid himself big money. And then what he wants to do, what he should do, if I was doing it, I would be bringing it all the way down here, all to $700 area. That will take all the liquidity out. People will get bearish all the way down here, and this is where I want to take my long. And then I'm going to take a long and I'm going to ride it up. So yeah, I should have took a short here. I should have took I'm waiting for my long here, and until then I'm just gonna be here with you guys. All right, so be safe, talk to you guys soon, and get ready for this week. It's gonna be exciting.